Hi there, what's up? Welcome back to Economics. This is lecture 6 of data analytics using Excel. I am Shreya Roy, and Economics LLP is an international research, education, data analytics company serving knowledge across 156 countries, registered under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, MSME, Government of India. So data analytics is a certificate course. And to know more about the course or about our company, please write to us at contact@economics.com or comment down below or reach to us using the social media platform. So our social media, Instagram, Facebook, it is Economics, and we are also available on LinkedIn. So if you want to reach us, you know how to do so. Now let's begin with lecture 6. And today we will be covering visual representation of data. And the book which I am using for this course is Excel 101 Basics and Beyond. It is written by me along with my colleague Jyoti Agarwal and is being currently edited by Ankita Singh. And so now let's begin. The bar charts or the column charts. So there are two types of charts. The vertical ones are called as the column charts, whereas the horizontal ones are called as the bar charts. Okay, so what do we do? For example, we have a data like so. So let's again understand and please take a look. A quick recap of the two types of data. One is the quantitative data and one is the qualitative data. Okay, so qualitative data is the data that can be represented in the text format, whereas quantitative data is the data which can be represented in absolute number format. Okay, so for here, the city names are basically my qualitative data, and whereas the population in millions is my quantitative data. Why? Because New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, these are text values, whereas population in millions is basically in numbers. Okay, so when we have one to be represented in the x-axis as text values, it is relatively easy process. So select the data. Please take a look that I am selecting only the data and I'm not selecting columns. Okay, select the data, then go to insert, click on the bar or the column option, and then accordingly select the icon or select the chart you want. For example, here I am selecting 2D column. Okay, so what do we see? We see that population in millions has been already inserted as my chart title. I have proper X values, which is New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, so on. And the millions or the population in millions is represented in my Y-axis. Again, this is my Y-axis, this is my X-axis, okay? So is represented in my Y-axis, okay? How do we want, if we want to change the chart type, we can obviously change from here, like for example, change it to a bar chart, okay? So I have changed it into a bar chart. So what did I do? I selected my chart, I clicked on chart design, change chart type, and I just simply changed it. Now, if you want to use the same chart type, but with a different design, what do? I select from my chart designs, okay? Now you can also change your color format. For example, the blue to orange to, let's say, yellow, things like those. Okay. And I think I have covered it all. Okay. So now you can obviously do two at a time together. Okay. For example, let's see sales and profit. Insert Okay, so I got it. Now, let's understand one thing, that for here, my x-axis is 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now, these, even though are being represented on the x-axis, they are numeric values. So if I click on the entire data, go to insert, click on, let's say, column 2B. So what do I see? I see that there is, first of all, no chart title. Second issue is that the year has also been represented as data, okay, and rather than being displayed in the x-axis. So under such a scenario, what do I have to do is select sales and profit only, click on insert, go to the 2D column and select the first icon, okay. Now on the x-axis, click the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right click it, okay, select data and click on horizontal axis labels, edit, okay, and then click and drag 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. Please note over here that I am not selecting the title year, rather I am just selecting and dragging just 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21 without clicking the year and OK. Okay, the next click on OK again, and we have our perfect visual representation ready. However, we need to edit the chart title. Double click, select the chart title, backspace, and type sales and profit. Okay, so we have our chart ready. So what did we learn in this process? First, that there are two options. One is a column, one is a bar. Okay. Now, using change chart type, we can change the chart from, let's say, columns to bars, bars to column, or any other chart type. Okay. We can change the color, we can change the fonts, we can, yeah. So how do we do the thing? We clicked over here. Okay. And then you can change it to, let's say, whatever, Algerian, or let's say Arial, or Arial black, okay, and also increase the font size or decrease the font size. Now, another thing, a crucial thing that we learned is, in case your Excel is not giving you direct visual representations like 2017, 18, 19, 20 on the x-axis, what you have to do is select the data, plot your graph, and then right-click, edit the data on the x-axis to edit it to the respective values you want. I think with this, we are done with bar and column charts. Let's move to pie charts. So pie chart, again, very similar. Category, expenditure, select the data, go to insert, click on pie 2D, and you will get your thing. Now, personally, and data analyst would prefer a diagram, a chart representation, which is also displaying the percentage directly on the graph. Okay, so always select a chart design which is labeling the colors, has a heading, is displaying the percentage directly on the graph. Okay, now an error on my part, not an error, a thing which I have skipped and I want you to know about it is basically, another method is select the entire thing, okay? Here I did tell you what to do is sales profit, select it, drag it, and then you have your visual representation. And then you are editing your year. Another thing which you can do is directly select the entire data, go to insert, go to recommended charts, and then you can click on the one you want. Like for example, the second one in my list of charts is showing the one which I want, okay? Clustered charts. And then you can obviously double click, select the title and edit it to sales and profits. Okay, so there about it. So if you have recommended chart, now this is a big thing. So not all Excel's, older versions of Excel's support recommended charts. So if you have recommended charts, obviously the process is much more easier. Wrong English, much more easy. Okay, so we also learned how to tackle pie. Now let's go and tackle line chart. So select the data, insert, and go to line. So as I said, this is relatively simple because the x-axis are all text values or qualitative values, hence it should not be a problem. However, whenever I am trying to plot this in my line chart, so the x-axis is not being represented properly. So what do I have to do? I will select the data, go to insert, recommended charts, and select the first one, okay, and edit the chart title to agriculture, construction, transport, and manufacture. Okay, now this is method 1. Okay, this is method 1. And if you do not have recommended charts, we are going to follow the old traditional method. Select the data and not the x-axis values. Go to insert, click on line chart, 2D, select on the x-axis, select the x-axis, right click, select data, horizontal axis labels, edit. Select the years only, do not select title year, and okay, okay, and then edit the title as whatever you want. I really do not remember. I think it's a labor hourly wage in 4 sectors. Okay, so I'm not really sure what this data was. I have to go through my metadata description to know what it is. However, so now we have our very well time series line charts ready. Okay, moving on to the next category, which is my area. So select your data, go to insert. See, you might not have area directly. You might have all charts. You might have other chart options. Either of the one option you will be having. Okay, what will we do? Because I do not have other charts or any of those drop downs, I have recommended charts. So I'll click on recommended charts. I'll click on all charts. I'll click on area and select the area. So obviously you can select some different type of area, 3D area or whatever you want. And student count, boys and girls, head count. Okay, so we have also tackled area. Now let's take a look at scatter plot. Okay, now a very important thing which we need to know is, just a second. Okay, so if you can see my screen, you will see the 4 quadrants, okay? So this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. So quadrant 1, X is also positive, Y is also positive, okay? Quadrant 2, X is negative, Y is positive, okay? Now quadrant 3, X is also negative, Y is also negative. Now quadrant 4, X is positive, but Y is negative, okay? So these are the 4 quadrants, and scatter plot basically is represented and is more helpful when you know the quadrants. Okay. So let's come back to our Excel format. Okay. So scatter plot is a plot for correlation. So in the last class, we had learned about correlation, right? So if the correlation value is positive, we say that X and Y are positively related. If the correlation value is negative, we say that it is negatively related. And if it is 0, we say that there is no relation. Again, I am saying and I am repeating that there are so many practice questions in our handbook. So in case you want to purchase the book, please get in touch with me. Please write to our company and we will deliver the book to you. Okay. So now how to plot a scatter plot. Okay, select your X and Y data. So here, instead of X and Y, we have A and B. Okay, select the data, go to insert, go to scatter, and you have a scatter plot. A well-built scatter plot where one X is rising, Y is also increasing. So this is a positive scatter plot or a positive correlated value. Okay, now let's take a look at the next data. C and D. Select the data, insert, scatter, and scatter plot. Now here we see that as one value increases, as C increases, D decreases. How am I understanding that? C is 10, D is 60. C is 20, D is 50. So there is a 10 increase over here and 10 decrease over here. Now, when I look at this point, it is 30 and 40. That is, as 10 increases over here, there is further 10 decrease over here. So this is a negative scatter plot. Okay, this is a negative scatter plot. As one increases, the other one decreases. Okay, I hope it was clear. And now just let me look into if I'm missing out something. Okay, so I have to talk about linear fit. Okay, now when you are plotting, so obviously we will, if we will talk about this in more details when we do the other software like SPSS or Stata. After we complete Excel, we are entering into that software. So there we will talk more about linear fit. However, as of now, let's just quickly understand what it is. Okay, so this is a scatter plot, but if I change my chart type from this to with a line in the middle, okay, the dots are also there and there is a line through it and a straight line, okay, linear line, then we say that this is a linear fit. Okay, similarly for the other one, let's just do a, okay, so here what do we do? Here what do we see? That it is downward sloping. This one was upward sloping. This chart was upward sloping, whereas this one is downward sloping. So when we say the curve is upward sloping, we mean it is positively related. When we say that it is downward sloping, we say it is negatively related. Okay, clear? Scatter plot is very important for a data scientist. Moving to a combination. Okay, so I don't know why all my charts are already plot, but anyways, okay. So combination is when you use 2 or more chart styles or chart types to display a data. For example, let's take over here, okay? Insert, Go to, again, if you have all charts, very good. If you have other charts, very good. If you don't have anything, please use this method which I am doing. Recommended charts, all charts. At the bottom, you will have combo, and see, I have my column and line together. You can obviously choose column and area, column and line is the second one, or you can customize using this. However, I am going with what is already given. Okay, so here we see that the boys are plotted using a column chart, whereas girls are plotted using a line chart. Now let's edit the x-axis, select data, 2023 to 2022. I made an error. Right click, select data, repeated the error. I am so sorry. Select the x-axis, right click, select the data, edit, click over here, 2023 to 2022. Okay, okay, okay. So we have a combination chart. Okay, so okay, so let's try and do this one. Okay, so okay, let's see if this recommended chart works with it or not. Insert recommended charts. Yes, we do have a very well created combination chart, and we see sales and sales growth. Okay, so that's about this. And I have one last thing to display, that is the heat maps. So for heat map, this is the data I have. Okay, so I select the data. For heat maps, it is important that it is country-based, city-based or so. Okay, so either you can drag and select, or what I do is Control Shift right arrow, Control Shift down arrow, and the entire data is selected. Go to insert, go to maps and heat map. Now the problem over here is you need to have internet connection and wait a little longer for it to show. Okay. So now edit the title as per your requirement, heat maps, heat map, and then change the type as you like. And what do we see is like conditional formatting, something like that, but visually or in a graph, that India has the darkest color because it has the highest value. Okay, now we can see that India has the highest or the darkest color because the count of India is more. And then we have United States, which is over here, and so on and so forth. The color keeps deteriorating, okay, or it keeps fading a bit. So that is what is heat map, when the map is represented in different shades and the highest value has the darkest color. So that's about visual representation. Today we learned about bar charts, column charts, pie charts, heat maps, line charts, area, scatter, combination. Among all, even though, you know, bar, pie, line, they are pretty important, area is used very little. Nowadays, heat maps are in trend if you're doing research, especially social science research. But apart from all, in terms of data analysis, scatter plot is the most important one. Okay, so that's about it for this video. Please like and share, subscribe, and if you have any doubts, please comment down below. I will get to you personally and reply to each doubt that you have. And see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.